So take a moment to settle into your perfect seat, your whole seat. You have arrived just as you are this morning. Whatever is there for your benefit and your evolution as a human being. Feel the breath in your body. Allow your shoulders to relax. See how this consideration of your own wholeness and completeness can settle inside of you. Nowhere to go, nothing to do, just to be here in the fullness, moment to moment. Bring your hands together in Anjali Mudra. I'll do the first line. You can repeat. Purnamada. I'll repeat with you. Purnamada. Purnamidam. Purnamidam. Purnat Purnam. Purnat Purnam. Udachate. Udachate. Purnasya Purnam. Purnasya Purnam. Adaya. Adaya. Purnam eva vashishyate. Purnam eva vashishyate. I'll do it again. Purnamada. Purnamada. Purnamidam. Purnamidam. Purnat Purnam Udachate. Purnat Purnam Udachate. Purnasya Purnam Adaya. Purnasya Purnam Adaya. Purnam eva vashishyate. Purnam eva vashishyate. And once more. Purnamada. Purnamada. Purnam idam. Purnam idam. Purnat Purnam Udachate. Purnat Purnam Udachate. Purnasya Purnam Adaya. Purnasya Purnam Adaya. Purnam eva vashishyate. Purnam eva vashishyate. We can try it all together. Whatever comes out is good enough. Purnamada. Purnamidam. Purnat Purnam Udachate. Purnasya Purnam Adaya Purnam Eva Vashishyate. We can finish with an Om. Om. And please bow your head to the wholeness, the completeness that has always been present, always is, and always will be. Open your hands, lift your chin. I'll scooch back so you can see me a little bit better. And from your seat, let's come into Yogajoy pranayama. And we'll take it into some small movements with cat-cow. So as you inhale, start to tilt the pelvis forward, lift up into your heart, draw the shoulders back, and lift your chin, top of the breath. And as you exhale, pull back into yourself. Inhale to open, taking the full length of the breath to come into this full unfolding and blossoming of the heart. And as you exhale, take this time to draw in and reconnect. Continue to move with the breath. The thing about Anavamala is that we might realize this truth of our wholeness, our completeness. We know our radiant self. And then we forget. And so we practice. We keep practicing coming back in to reconnect, to remember that truth. That we are whole, we are complete. And this forgetting is part of it too. Part of that whole complete picture. For through remembering, we also can have compassion for others that forget. And in the next exhalation, bow in. And take a moment to pause and feel. As you inhale, take a full breath, bring your arms up overhead. And we'll do some breath through the nose. Sharp exhalations, bringing the fist down. So let's begin. And bring it down, release the hands. Take a full breath in. Top of the breath, hold bandhas. When you're ready, release bandhas, release the breath. And just take a moment to dwell in that inner radiance. In that shimmer of vibrancy. Inhale, bring your arms up with a big lift in your heart. As you exhale, take your right fingertips to the floor and bow to your right. With deep Ujjayi breath, let that upper lung fill, welcoming in space. And you could drop your right ear towards your right shoulder. Breathing into that space around you. Stretch your fingertips up to the sky. It's like you're stroking that space, maybe sending a rainbow out. Always whole and complete. Spin the palms slightly upwards to wrap the shoulder on your back. And then very slowly turn your head to look towards the floor. And back. And just explore the left side of your neck. You can nod your head, yes. Go back to your nose. And maybe draw some circles with your nose. See how that feels in both directions. And as you inhale, stretch that left arm up over the ear. Nice full side stretch. Bend your elbow, hold your head, and then carry the weight of your head with you as you come back up. And release your hands down. Take a full inhalation, sweeping the arms up overhead, big lift in the heart. Really feel that brightness, that space around you. And as you exhale, take your left fingertips down. Inhale to lift and lengthen up out of the pelvis and lower your ear. Just let your head drop. Breathe, receive. Receive that quality of spaciousness that's always there. Sometimes we forget. We drop into density. And then dropping that ear, keep the neck long and just stroke the sky. In that remembrance, send out a little bit light beams through your fingertips. Lengthening from the right shoulder to the right earlobe. Inviting a little space in there. Turn your head to look towards the floor. And back up again. And just slowly, sweetly explore the neck. Shaking the head, no. Nodding it, yes. And perhaps making circles with the nose. And with a big inhalation, reach the arm up over the ear. Enjoy a deep breath. Hold your head and then carry the head with you to bring yourself up to sitting. And just notice what you notice. Bring your hands behind your back, interlace fingers, wrapping shoulders back. Reach your heart up to the sky. Compress your knuckles. Maybe they'll reach the floor, maybe not. Just allow the radiance of your heart to peel open another layer here. As you come into Ujjayi breath. Purna, wholeness of heart. And the beautiful thing about Purna is you're whole and complete, and it can keep getting better. It doesn't mean we stop. It doesn't mean we stop growing. It just means that we are whole and complete as we are. And then slowly release that. Close your eyes to feel, to connect to breath. And open your eyes. Let's do one more round of Kapalabhati. Anavamala is a bit of a third chakra issue. So Kapalabhati, breath of fire helps to get that third chakra going, get us a little more activated, clearing out those little, cobwebby dust bunnies. So keeping the inner body bright and full from the hips to the armpits. Just let yourself feel your inner luminosity. Take a breath in. Exhale. Inhale, full breath. Hold the breath, hold bandhas. Dwelling in inner radiance. When you're ready, release bandhas, slowly release your breath. And relax deeply. Opening your eyes, you can come up to standing. I'm going to have us use all of our blocks today. So the joy of subbing for Sarah Joy is I know you guys have blocks. That's great. So just need a couple at the front of the mat for now. And perhaps have a blanket handy for we're going to need that for the knee. Just come to Tadasana at the front of your mat. Feel your bones, feel your feet on the floor, and you dry your breath. As you are arriving right here, right now, in your wholeness as you are. On your inhalation, sweep your arms up overhead with a big lift in your heart. Take your full exhalation to come to forward fold, Uttanasana. With an inhalation, lift your belly, extend your heart forward. Right, long through the side body. And as you exhale, bow in again. Moving from the core of your pelvis, root to rise. And feel that quality of space and light inside as you reach the palms together, top of the breath. And exhale, bring your hands together at your heart. Maintaining that brightness, inhale, sweep your arms up overhead. As you exhale, bow in, honoring this self, this body, this vehicle of yours, whole, complete as it is. Inhale, tone your belly as you offer your heart forward. And exhale, bow in, emptying of the breath. Root to rise, combing the space around you as you lift your heart to the sky. And on your exhalation, bring hands together, Anjali Mudra. Inhale to take the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Connecting into your core. Feel that little fire in the belly. Let it rise up to the heart. And as you exhale, bow in, bend your knees. You can use your blocks here and step back with your left foot. And here is where we might want to have a blanket underneath the knee. Throwing the toes under, feel the earth energy in your legs as you hug your midline. And as you exhale, bow in to look in towards that third chakra, that place of personal empowerment, confidence. Pull the waistline back. And from there, lift it up into your heart. Sweep the arms up overhead. And relax your shoulders. Feeling the bones, the structure of your body, and your grounded connection to the earth. Allow yourself to rise up a little bit lighter, brighter. Relax the shoulders. And you're welcome to track that pubic bone forward. Anjane version. Welcome the breath. Taking a deep breath in, lift the heart. And as you exhale, bring your hands onto your blocks. And take your hips back behind you into a runner's lunge. You can peel the ball of the foot up off the floor. Inhale, press the sole of the foot into the floor and lift your heart. Opening up in your hip flexors. And as you exhale, send your hips back, straightening the leg-ish as much as is good for you. And take your full inhalation to press the foot down and lift your heart. Glide the hips back as you exhale and explore the range of motion, the range of the hamstrings this morning. Spread those toes. Get a couple more pulses here. Moving with the breath. Moving with curiosity. Whatever it is whole, it's complete. On your next exhalation, pause here. Come up on your fingertips, lift up. Turn your torso over the thigh. And pressing into that front heel, isometrically pull it back towards you. You micro bend that knee. Wrap that front hip crease down towards the earth. Welcoming all parts. Enjoy a deep breath. And as you exhale, plant that foot onto the floor and step your back foot up to meet the front, Uttanasana. Inhale to come up halfway. Exhale to bow in. Bending your knees, take the right leg back, lower that knee down. Taking your hands on the front thigh, gather the energy into the midline, feel it draw up to the core of the pelvis, and bow in as you pull your waistline back. So connect to the support you give yourself when you remember, oh yeah, I'm enough, I'm whole, I'm complete, oh good, okay, now lift up into your heart. And let yourself get bright from the hips to the armpits, inner luminosity. Just hold space for that light and sweep your arms up overhead. You can track your pubic bone forward any amount that feels good to you. Welcome your breath. And relax your shoulders, soften the skin. Receive what's there. Taking a full breath, rise, lifting heart. And as you exhale, bring your fingertips onto the blocks. You can stack a few blocks if you need to. Deep breath into lift. And as you exhale, take the hips back. On your inhale, press the sole of the foot in the floor. Wrap the shoulders back, take your head back. And exhale, send your hips back behind you. Moving with the breath. Trying to sync up the duration of the movement with the duration of your breath. Bottom of the breath, reaching back. Top of the breath, culminating in the lift of the heart. Now let's do one more pulse. As you exhale, send those hips squarely back behind you. Come up on the fingertips, lift the belly, lift your heart. You might be up on a few blocks. That's great. That's right where you are. That's enough. Give a slight rotation of the torso over your hamstring, over your thigh, and extend forward through the heart. Breathing into what's there. So for the tight hamstring club, that's where we get the stacking of the blocks. Coming up on fingertips is always good too. Breathing sensation, what's there with the breath. With awareness. And then shift the weight forward onto that footprint. Placing your hands on the floor, inhale back to plank. Exhale, lower down, either knees to chest or chaturanga to the floor. Press the toenails down onto the mat. And inhale, come up into a low cobra. Come up into that stiff part of your upper back. You exhale, soften there. On your next inhalation, perhaps rise up a couple more vertebrae. Lifting up out of the pelvis. And exhale, soften the heart. Inhale, rise up. Maybe it's seal pose. Lift, lift, lift. Inner body, bright, luminous. Head back, shoulders back. Take another breath to light it up. And as you exhale, lead with your heart. Let your head follow. Come all the way down. Curl your toes under. Inhale, come up into plank. Exhale, take it back to downward facing dog. Inhale, rise up high on your tippy toes, push the floor away. And as you exhale, bend your right knee, send the left heel towards the earth. Inhale, tippy toe up, lengthening your spine, up the space in there. And exhale, switch sides. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, switch. Inhale, lift up. Tippy toes and exhale, switch. Inhale, full lift. Bend your knees as much as you need to get length in the spine. Inhale, sweep your right leg back behind you. And exhale, slowly bring that right foot to the front of the mat so the ankle ends up underneath your knee. If you need to lower your back knee, grab the ankle, hike it up there, that's fine. And coming into a highland, so firm the back leg, tack your front hip crease back and down, and bring your hands upright onto the thigh. Enjoy a deep breath. And as you exhale, turn your gaze inwards, like your cat tilting, looking in to reflect, to remember that inner light, that unique brightness that you are, and then bring it upright, allowing that flame to lift up into the heart. Keep the grounding upon a vayu down, press into the earth. You can really feel that downward action. And on your inhalation, sweep the arms up overhead. Turn your gaze upwards and just relax your shoulders. Soften the face. Listen to the sound of your Ujjayi breath. Right here as you are. Enjoy a deep breath, lift, lengthen. Steady that front knee right where it is, and then spin your back heel down so it's parallel to the short end of the mat, coming to warrior two. As you inhale, press the earth away, bring the palms together, top of the breath. And exhale, turn to look over that front hand. Inhale, lift your heart, palms come together. Stroking that space around you, exhale, sink in. Full breath. One more round. And as you exhale, pause. Find that inner smile. That light from the belly lifting up into the heart. And from the heart shining out through the arms, through the fingers. The way that you share your light in your own unique and beautiful way. Turning your front palm up, take your back hand down the back leg. Open to the breath. And then exhale, staying steady in the pelvis. Pinwheel your arms around to frame the front foot. Inhale back to plank. Exhale, lower down, knees to chest or chaturanga to the floor. Inhale to low cobra. Exhale, firm the shoulders back, head back, soften the heart. Inhale, rise up to middle cobra. Lift up to the crown. Exhale, melt the heart. Inhale, keep the extension and the lift as you rise up into seal. And exhale, shoulders back, head back, peel the spine back down to the floor. Big exhalation. Curl toes under, inhale, plank. Exhale, dog. And enjoy the breath. Inhale, sweep your left leg back behind you. And as you exhale, bring that left foot forward to the front of the mat. Firming legs midline. Inhale, rise up, hands on the front thigh. Exhale to connect in, cat tilting. Sometimes remembering the density of when it's hard, when we've forgotten, helps us to even get a little stronger, even a little brighter. So keep that grounding energy down, grounding to whatever it is, and then inner body luminous, with the arms up overhead. Shining bright despite it all. Open to your breath. Soften your face. And letting that bright essence shine through your eyes. Stabilize your knee right where it is, and then spin the back heel down. Virabhadrasana 2. As you inhale, press the floor away, reach the palms together, top of the breath. And exhale, sink into that front hip. Inhale to lift. That lift in the heart. Exhale. Ground into that empowered place of your 2. One more breath. Pulsation. Exhale, coming to warrior 2. Pause here. It's a pose of confidence. Feeling this personal empowerment and strength. And then just soften your skin. Nothing more to do. Just being present. Turn your front palm up, take your back hand down the back leg, take in a deep breath. And as you exhale, pinwheel your arms down, framing the front foot. And step the back foot up to meet the front. Uttanasana. Inhale, come up halfway. And exhale, bow. Root to rise. Come all the way up to standing. And as you exhale, hands to heart, Samasthiti here. Pause to feel, to notice. Opening your eyes, take a step back with your left foot. The Trikonasana. Have your blocks handy as you like them for your Trikonasana. And then gathering the energy in from the soles of your feet, draw it up into your pelvis, and then press into your feet to get this bright, to just feel this quality of like, wow, it's amazing. We get to be in a body, we get to be alive, we get to practice yoga together. Take a big breath, reach out. And as you exhale, come into your version of Trikonasana. Whatever feels best for you. You can have your hands on blocks, stack them, put them on your leg, whatever place works for you. Soak it up with your breath. Drop your right ear now to your right shoulder and stretch that left hand behind you. And you can turn your head to look towards the floor and back up again. Little nose and yeses. Circles. And then bring that arm up overhead. Reach it long. We're lifting your heart. And exhale, take your hands down to frame that front foot. So here's your blocks. Get them all handy, stack them in. Pick your back foot up, bring it lateral to your left, and have that foot at a 45-degree angle so the toes are pointing towards the upper left corner of your mat. Pressing into that back footprint, pretend it's on a mason jar and you're just going to spin it righty-tighty and wrap that left hip crease forward. And then pressing into your front footprint, you can bend your knee as much as you need to. Press, we're working towards straightening it. So press into the footprint, and then as if you're trying to get gum off your shoe, you're just going to pull it back and wrap that right hip crease back. Come up on the fingertips, press down into your legs to get long, and exhale, bow over. Any amount. I find that hamstrings are often the place where people feel like, oh, I'm not there yet. I'm not enough. Someday I'll be enough once my hamstrings open. And we all know how silly and what an illusion that is. So just greet yourself, greet your hamstrings where they are right now. Bring your left blocks in a little closer to the midline. And then inhale, we'll take it into a twist. So start with your right hand on your hip, stabilizing in the hip. And then just a little low belly turning towards the right thigh and coming into Pavrita Trikonasana. So we want the pelvis to be stable and open up. Keep pressing down firmly into your legs. Welcome the breath. And as you anchor down, you can reach that right arm up as if someone's just going to grab a hold of your arm, lifting you up. You can bring your other arm up, and now we'll just pinwheel around like a big pinwheel, turning the right toes in, left toes around. Go ahead and bring the blocks around. Inhale to gather yourself back to center, lift the heart. Big celebration, expanding out. And as you exhale, you keep the hips stable, but reach through the left fingertips. There'll be a drawing of that left hip crease towards the right. Find where your Trikonasana is today. And welcome it with breath. And let your neck go. And with the action through the fingertips, stretch it back behind you. Wrapping that right shoulder on the back. And then turn your head to look towards the floor. And then back up again. Just explore what's there. Nodding the head, yes. Shake it, no. Maybe make a few circles with your nose. And then bringing that arm up and over. Turn the heart, torso, not just feels good, towards the sky. Deep breath. And then exhale, bring your right hand down. Pick your back foot up. Bring it lateral. So pick it up and bring it lateral and turn that foot at a 45-degree angle so that all four corners of the footprint are grounding. Big toe, inner heel, pinky toe, outer heel. Plug them in, firm the legs, and then like a mason jar, we're going lefty-loosey. Wrap the hip crease forward, take the front hip crease back. Coming up onto fingertips, lift your belly. Keep clawing the floor with the front foot and pulling the hip crease back. Micro bend in the knee is totally fine. And bow over that front leg as much as feels good to you. Welcome the breath. The awareness. Whatever density is unraveling. And then grounding into your right hand, take your left hand on the hip, wrap that left hip back, lift your belly, move from the lower vertebrae, slowly, slowly, steady, lifting into the heart. Take that left arm up. Welcome the breath. Keeping a strong, grounded anchor down into the earth. Find that lightness in the upper torso and then reach up to the fingertips. Pull yourself up. Pinwheel the arms around. Turn your feet so arches are parallel. Big, bright star that you are. Exhale, take your hands behind your back. Interlace the fingers. Inhale to open. And exhale, forward fold. Turn knuckles towards the sky. Let the neck go. Welcome your breath. Every exhalation, releasing another layer of dust on the mirror of the heart to reveal your full radiance. Releasing your hands down onto the floor. Bend your knees, coming into a squat. Do a little side to side, exploring side lunges with your breath. Inhale to center, exhale to the side. And then lunging to your right. You have our blocks with us. Spin yourself around, lower the knee onto the blanket. This is where we're going to want all of the blocks. And you can draw the hips back to runner's lunge. And what I'm going to invite you to do is, this is like stacking blocks. You can stack as many as you want so that you can get the block underneath the top of your hamstring. This is coming into Hanuman asana, one pose where I think we tend to strive for. So we're going to be present with where we are. And you want to get the block into the belly of your hamstring. If there's other blocks, you can support yourself. So just check your hips, square them up, wrap that right hip crease back, and then anchor your top thigh down into the block. Spread your toes from the feet. Keep pulling up into your pelvis. Feel a sense of connection in the pelvis. And then from there, anchor down into that front thigh. Lift your heart. If it feels good, you can celebrate with a Jai Hanuman. Hanuman is our monkey god who he forgets how amazing he is. Oh my gosh, and then something happens where he has to rise up for the occasion and he becomes bigger than life. So wherever you are, breathe into it. Anchoring the front thigh down. And out of the pelvis, rise. Feel that inner luminosity. Deep breath. And slowly bring the hands down. I call it crawling from the wreckage. You're going to pull that front leg back. Oh, let's try the other side. So setting yourself up so that the blocks are stacked underneath the top of your thigh. So top of the hamstring, not underneath the knee, but up higher. Let's see that on me. And then the movement is to move that thigh down in space. Be mindful of your hips. They tend to want to splay open. So keep wrapping that right hip crease forward as you draw the front hip crease back. Curling toes under, you can firm into the midline. You might be feeling this more on your hip flexor than on your hamstring. So just stack as much as you can to get to a place where you can settle in and breathe. Perhaps taking the arms up, finding that quality of lift and light and bright exactly where you are as you are. Purna. Welcome the ocean breath, Ujjayi pranayama. And the bright breath. And as you exhale, slowly dissolve your pose. Get your blocks to the side. Let's come to sitting in Vajrasana. And if that's not comfortable, you're welcome to sit on a block. Turn your awareness inside. Notice what that activated for you. And can you affirm that place of purna, of wholeness, as you are? From the hips grounding downwards into the earth. Allow there to be a little flicker flame in that third chakra, lifting you into your heart. From your heart, shining luminous in all directions. And opening your eyes. Let's move the blanket out of the way. I'm going to have you set up a couple blocks. Do a little heart opener. So one block's going to go between your shoulder blades, and the other one's going to support your head. You can take the blocks, you can start on low. Maybe you want to bring it up a notch. Feel what feels right for you. Your other blocks can be used to put the arms on if you're feeling like you're hanging in your shoulders. Bend your knees or the soles of the feet on the floor, or you can stretch them long. And allow yourself to surrender back into this support you've given yourself. This support to open your heart. This is what you do every time you come to practice. You give yourself this support. So with each exhalation, melt, soften, and surrender. With each inhalation, come deeply into this present moment. Visualize the veils dissolving, thinning away, revealing this unique inner radiance, whole and complete as you are. Enjoy 3 deep, luminous breaths. And then slowly lift yourself up off your blocks. Transition onto your back, bringing your knees up. Hug the knees in, a little rocking side to side. Take the right ankle on top of the left thigh. An option to bring the hands behind the thigh, that to draw it towards your torso. Relax your shoulders. And let that breath of loving acceptance flow into the area of density. Let go of any striving or achieving. Just greet yourself right where you are. Uncross that leg, switch to the other side. You can have the legs lifted, or you can grab a hold of the leg and bring it in. And then, of course, some of you would, if it's really feeling tight, you can put your foot on a block or the floor. Greet what's there. Just part of this whole big, beautiful, perfect picture. Our challenges can be there to bring us into a higher evolution of ourselves. They're there on our own behalf. Enjoy a full breath. And as you exhale, uncross your legs. Lower the feet onto the floor. Knees bent. Lifting your hips. Shift over to the right side of your right hip. So you're sticking the booty back behind you, and take your knees over to that right side. And you can reach out through your left fingertips. Invite the breath deep into your belly. Receive the twist. On an inhalation, plant your feet to bring the knees up. Bring the hips back to center, and then kick them over to the right side, taking the knees to the left. Draw the right shoulder towards the floor as much as feels good. And welcome the breath. Deep belly breath. Exhale completely, and on your inhalation, come on back to your center. Bring both knees in for Apanasana, reclining, or you can bring your knees to the armpits, happy baby. Breathe into your midline, the central channel, place where so much of this work happens. And then lower your legs, allowing your palms to face upwards for Shavasana. And the adjustments you want to make for your Shavasana, you want to cover your eyes or cover your body. Take care of yourself. Let go of the Ujjayi breath, allowing your natural breath to come in and breathe you. As you rest back in wholeness. Receive. Invite the mind to rest in this perfect completeness. Nothing to figure out, nowhere to go. Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnam Udachyate Purnasya Purnam Adaya Purnameva Vashishyate Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnam Adaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om. Slowly begin to deepen your breath. Inviting in your vitality, begin to move your fingers and toes. Come into a feel-good stretch. As you exhale, draw the knees in and roll to your side. Coming up to sitting. And just take a moment to feel yourself, your wholeness, just as you are. Bring your palms together in Anjali Mudra. To all the great teachers that have gone before us, and their teachers and their teachers and their teachers that have passed us this beautiful wisdom to remind us of our wholeness so that we can carry into our world and our life beautiful expressions. Thank you so much. Namaste.